Well, good morning, good new week. Welcome into another Microsoft Flight Simulator stream. We are taking this beautiful V2, the CRJ V2 from Aerosoft, on a flight from Phoenix to Los Angeles. And I just realized, didn't LA just have an update recently from Init Builds? I don't think I have that update. I know I don't have that update, if that is true. Anyways, again, welcome on in. We are using Beyondatc as we usually do. We are, what else do we have? We have a pilot's life, and I am still with SkyWest. I flew the heck out of the CRJ the last couple days, finally getting my hands on the V2, and it is a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun. I have not had any issues, knock on some wood. It's all been very, very well. And this aircraft, one thing that was really cool about this aircraft when it first launched, and is true today, is that it is super friendly on the FPS. Super, super friendly here on the FPS. And here in Phoenix, I'm sitting at 80 frames per second with Beyondatc, 83 on the VRAM. So, welcome on into the stream again. Oh, wrong button. Oh, jeez, what's going on? There we go. I'll get there eventually. Here's the cockpit of that beautiful CRJ. If you don't know how to fly this plane, I do have a short tutorial of how to get it started. It's using V1, but it's pretty much the same. You'll see the flow I go through here, so if you did watch that video, you'll see it's pretty much about the same there. So one thing that's really cool, though, is now everything you can be imported via the tablet, versus having to drop in a flight plan in the folder. So what we want to start off with is go to aircraft, and we're going to make sure that the chocks are in place, which they are. We're going to connect that and connect that. Once you have that done, you can go up here to the top, DC power, master switch on, and then wait a couple seconds for all the things to light up for you. It's a super fun plane. I love the heck out of this plane. It is one of the first paidware aircrafts that came to Flight Sim 2020, and I feel like, you know, with given all its issues it has, it's completed the mission. You know, it's completed the mission. I turn on the fuel pumps. I don't know if you have to click that button, and then I like to hold this in for a couple seconds, wait for the start button to come on, jeez, and there it is. And then because we're using APL, I just get my lights on now so I don't forget and get dinged later on. I don't think you do your hydraulic switches yet, but I'm doing them now. And then we're going to go ahead and go to no smoking, seatbelt, and arm the emergency lights. So once you have that set, you're going to see the APU here is going to start rising, getting up to 100, and then all shall be well. Next, we go up to flight plan. I'm going to import it from SimBrief, so you can see we are going Phoenix to LAX. And once you have that done, the next step I like to do is go on down here to the bottom, hit these to nav, go to the computer here, hit position in it, next grab your GPS, go back one, and drop it in. Now you have that all set up. Now we can go over here and we can send this to the FMS. We can set the payload, which then means you go over to performance and we can send it over to the computer. So we click that button there, it should send it on over. 8047 for the weight, and we go to performance in it, and we can put in our cruise altitude, so 8046, pretty close, and 70 passengers, and it should be all good as well. All right, cruising up to 360 today. Pop that in there, and departure runway is expected 7 left via Kins 3. And over, execute, go back to the index, arrival, we're expecting runway 6 right, I don't normally get 6 right, via Hollywood, and Eastwood. Okay, and just like that, we are pretty much ready to go with this aircraft. Let's go and hit the B button to set our altimeter. We can go over here next and set our speed as well. And now that we have power to the aircraft, we can disconnect those guys. And we're pretty much ready for a pushback engine start at this point. Let's go ahead and get beyond ATC onto clearance. Phoenix clearance, good morning from Southwest 3894, ready for IFR clearance to Los Angeles.
SkyWest 3894, Phoenix clearance cleared to Los Angeles Airport. Keynes tree departure with the Wolverine transition then is filed. Climb via SID. Departure frequency 126.8. Squawk 4460.
Okay, so we're going to climb via the SID.
Cleared to Los Angeles Airport. Keynes tree departure with the Wolverine transition then as filed. Climb via SID. Departure frequency 126.8. Squawk 4460. SkyWest 3894.
Uh-oh.
SkyWest 3894, read back correct.
Moby flight had an update yesterday and it broke.
When ready for pushback or engine start.
It broke Moby flight.
Ground 3255 when ready for pushback or engine start. SkyWest 3894.
Let's see if I can figure out what happened there. That's not good. I need my Moby flight. I like my Moby flight. Your config could not be loaded. Please check the Synix errors. Well, that's a bunch of crap. I shouldn't have updated Moby flight. Let me see if I can look through the Moby flight Discord right quick. Announcements. Hotfix has been released.
Southwest 354 at gate Charlie 8. Request pushback.
That was this morning. That's the one I downloaded.
Southwest 354, Phoenix ground, pushback and engine start approved. Face west.
Alright, sorry about this.
Pushback
Give me
approved.
a couple seconds
Face
here.
West. Southwest 354.
Yeah, that's the one I have installed.
Friendly 350, contact Phoenix Tower 120.9er.
I'm gonna re-download it real quick.
Over to Tower 120.9er, friendly 350.
If not, I suppose we can easily roll back. Because with Moby Flight, all you have to do is drop it in the folder for the most part. And it all is grand. So let me try that technique. And extract. Grab all this jazz. And paste it. Replace it. Alright, so we have that reinstalled. Let's try to execute it. Well, that's the installer. Hold on, I don't want to run the installer. I don't know what the hell I just did. Okay, with the errors. Oh, now I really broke it. Cancel. Okay, let's try this again. Sorry, folks. Trying to debug this live on stream isn't working as well as I hoped it would. Alright, now let's try to execute. Where the hell's Moby Flight? Run it.
Southwest 354. Request taxi to the active.
Okay. Don't participate.
Southwest 354,
Starting.
runway 7 left taxi via Delta, Delta 2, Echo, Echo 4.
Downloading.
Runway 7 left taxi via Delta,
Maybe.
Delta 2, Echo, Echo 4, Southwest 354.
Copy. Okay. Open. CRJ. It's not the CRJ I want though. Where's my other CRJ? Okay. Well, either way, I got it fixed. Okay, I got it fixed. We're climbing to Climbing via the SID, right? Yep, climbing via the SID. So in that case, I'm just going to go all the way on up. Pretty much to climb. 360, we can request a pushback engine start. SkyWest 3894, request pushback and engine start. And probably expecting south.
SkyWest 3894, Phoenix ground, pushback and engine start approved. Face south.
There we go.
Pushback and engine start approved. Face south, SkyWest 3894.
Okay, so, boy, I have to kind of guess on this one as well. We don't have a whole lot of backup space, so we're going to go right about there. We're going to hope that works. Release to park and play, brakes, request pushback commenced. Up here, alright, the next step is we're going to, we already have our hydraulics on, so we're going to hold down the engine, right engine, so we got that going. And then we're going to see rotation going on here. Once it hits to about 20, we'll go ahead and introduce some fuel. We also got to set our trim here momentarily. And there's 20, so then we click this little button here. Bam, fuel. So on version 1, you actually had to move up the throttles, but they're already in idle. So that's cool. I don't know if that's a bug or what, but I like that. I also like to set my speed to 210. We'll go ahead and get our reversers in as well. Pushback was, oh, pretty darn good. A little off, right? It should have been there, but it works. We're going to hear a beep in a second. There it is. That tells us we can do engine number 1. And engine number 1's next. Alright, now that we have engine number 1, let's go down. Let's go ahead and bring our flaps down. And taxiing, we're expecting probably Sierra Echo 3. Hold on, Sierra Delta 10 Echo 3. Alright, good for number 1. Introduce fuel. Phoenix ground, SkyWest 3894, request taxi to the active. Let's arm that. And
SkyWest 3894, runway 7, left taxi via Delta 2, Echo 4.
That was off.
Runway 7, left taxi via Delta 2, Echo.
So we're taking
4,
Delta.
SkyWest 3894.
Taking Delta all the way down. Alright, engine number 1 is aboard. We can kill off these guys. We can turn on our fans.
Southwest
We can go
354,
here.
contact Phoenix Tower 120.9er.
Good. Taxi lights on. Grand, beautiful. Let's go.
Southwest 354.
Clear out the air. Go on down here. We got to click this button, this button, this button, this one, and this one. Now, we do have working radar, weather radar now, in the CRJ, which is really awesome. So for those who like that, we also have to set our trim still. 7.3, so not much on that. Close enough. Alright, so Delta, which we're on now, all the way down to Delta 2, and then Echo 4. One thing that gets me with this aircraft is it doesn't feel like you're going as fast as you actually are when you're taxiing. So right now we're hitting about 20 knots, 21. I feel like I'm going faster than that. This throws me off because with a pilot's life you have to be under 30 knots for taxiing speed. Delta 8. And we're taxiing 23. See, like I said, this feels like I'm going a lot faster because it's lower to the ground. It's a smaller plane. Delta 7, and what are we saying? It's a Delta 2, and then Echo 4. Delta 2, Echo 4. That's a beautiful shot. That's cool. There were many moments over the weekend here of me flying. I'm sitting there like, wow, this is a gorgeous sim. Southwest just landed. So I have to figure out when I'm going to do the video, but I have a video clip that's really, really cool. Someone had asked in the channel at some point, does Beyondatc, or sorry, it was Beyondatc doesn't take advantage of dual runways. So, you know, landing 2 runways or departing one, taking off the other, then it doesn't do that. And I have plenty of clips of it not doing that, but that's just kind of the situation for the weather, right? And of course those clips. Well, I have a clip. It was really cool. It was in Minneapolis, and they were dual landing runways in Minneapolis, and they were looks like they were either dual taking off or only taking off from one runway. I can't remember exactly, but it's really, really cool. I just need to find a way to use that clip for something beneficial. It's one of those videos where, like, I wasn't expecting to record, and of course then I get this really cool experience. Alright, here's Delta 2.
SkyWest 3894, contact Phoenix Tower 120.9er, take care.
Over to Tower 120.9er,
And Echo
SkyWest
4.
3894.
So here's Echo 4. Phoenix Tower, SkyWest 3894, ready to go, runway 7 left.
SkyWest 3894, Phoenix Tower, wind 100 at 7, fly heading 080, runway 7 left, cleared for takeoff.
7 left, clear for takeoff, runway, sorry, we're flying heading 080.
Runway 7 left. Cleared for takeoff, SkyWest
080, let's just pop
3894.
that into our system. It's pretty much going to be our navigation. Alright, so with this plane, it is super important you do not give it too much pullback. It will lift up on its own, and I do want to do a video of how to get better takeoffs and landings with this plane.
1945, visual runway 7 right.
I first need to have consistent landings.
American
Okay,
1945,
here we go.
Phoenix Tower,
So let's
wind
line up.
100
Looking
at
good.
7,
Bring up the
runway
throttle.
7 right, cleared to land. Runway 7
Toga.
right, cleared to land. American
And set, checked.
1945.
Let's go flying. Winds are a little bit out of the southeast. I do need to adjust my rudder though. My rudder's a little sensitive still on this plane. Not too terrible. I can control it. Alright, coming up on rotate. There it is. So we're going to slowly pull back. Release a little bit. And just like that, we are airborne. And hot dang for a good takeoff there with this plane. Gear going up. Now the next thing is, this thing is like a rocket ship on departure. So I'm going to adjust my trim.
SkyWest 3894, contact Phoenix departure.
And then we're going to go ahead and go to nav mode.
Contact Phoenix departure, SkyWest 3894.
We're going to let that speed come on up a little bit more.
Phoenix departure, SkyWest 3894. Good morning, 2400.
Readjust the trim.
SkyWest 3894, Phoenix departure, radar contact.
Flaps
Clear
going up a
direct
notch.
Keens. Resume the Keens tree. Climb and maintain flight level 180.
180. Speed.
Cleared direct Keens.
Come on now.
Resume the Keens tree.
Stop doing that.
Climb and maintain flight
Speed.
level 180.
And
SkyWest
AP's on.
3894.
Flaps full up. 210 on the knots. We can go up to 220. So let's go ahead and do 220. Okay, so nav is set. Speeds are checked and set. Good. We can turn off the reversers. And the plane has us. We're going up to 180, but I have programmed, as you can see, 360 because we'll get clearance as we continue our departure. I'd call that a very successful departure out of Phoenix. So if you've been on my stream, I talked about having issues with this airport and Oakland, and they're both from BM Sim World, is that correct? Well, for whatever reason, when I copied over the folder from Flight Sim 2020, something went missing. That like one file didn't copy over, and it caused the scenery not to load. And I had never caught that until recently when I was looking through the folder itself, and I was like, wait a second, it seems to be missing something. So I have this working, and I have Oakland working again, so that's awesome. Because this airport is really, really cool, really well done. Alright, watching our altitude here, because I do have to turn off the landing lights. There we go. Landing lights are off. The performance here is something incredible. Like I'm streaming and getting incredible performance with Beyondatc. Alright, so this is it's been an hour-long flight. 321 nautical miles. We expect it to be on the ground at 1526. Yeah, so a little over an hour. We'll pick up some speed here momentarily. Actually, we can do that now. Let's go up to 250. And you should always readjust your heading to whatever your next waypoint is. Just in case something goes awry. So about there, should work. And just like that, we trimmed off about 10 minutes for our ETA. Phoenix. Coming into Phoenix landing is really, really cool.
Skywest 3894, contact Albuquerque Center 125.4, see you.
Contact Albuquerque
I did a
Center
departure out of
125.4,
Midway
Skywest 3894.
in Chicago yesterday. Actually, two.
Albuquerque
And I was
Center,
facing the
Skywest
north where you can see the
3894
city
through
downtown, and it was so
1500
cool.
to flight level
And I
180.
never get to take off from that runway. That was so cool. The site was amazing. So I have a video coming up on the channel at some point. You know, short.
Albuquerque Center, good morning. Climb, maintain flight level 360.
Alright, 360. Cool, we got that.
Climb, maintain flight level 360, Skywest 3894.
We're almost at standard pressure.
Southwest 354, contact Albuquerque Center 132.35.
So the other thing that they did with this new update V2 is that you now have charts. So if you do have Navigraph,
354.
you can see your charts in here. So you can go to use the flight plan and origin, and in here you can start doing your things. So we can do our SID, the Keynes 3. Where's Keynes? Keynes. And we can see that we are here, and it also shows the other aircrafts with Beyondatc. That's awesome. Alright, we're at standard pressure as well. That's cool. I didn't know it showed all the other aircrafts.
November 340 Sierra Golf, Albuquerque Center.
So we got a plane right here. Is it all the same? Yeah, it all must be the same icon. I thought it was like
November 340 Sierra Golf, show low
VATSIM.
regional landing
The VATSIM
runway
map,
4.
I think, shows different icons.
Show low regional landing runway 4, November 340 Sierra Golf.
Okay, so we're expecting runway 6 right, but it's saying not in use on Navigraph. So I'm interested to see what Digital ATIS is saying. So Digital ATIS is saying approaches 24 right, 24 left, and departures are 24 and 25. So that's going to be interesting. We'll see if we get a runway change. That'd be kind of cool if we get a straight in runway. Now trimmed off like another 10 minutes. So now we're expected ETA at 15:11. So just over an hour.
Contact Falcon approach, Barney 488. Have a good one.
Alright, what else do we have to talk about? So, in terms of like gaming news, The Last of Us Part 2 came out to PC this past week. Thursday, I think it was. And it was a PlayStation exclusive for the longest time. Just like the first one, and just like the other Sony games that have come over to PC. And I love the series. I've always loved the Last of Us series. But I only had the opportunity to play the first one. Because I played it back on the PS3.
Friendly 350.
And I didn't own I've never owned, I think, this Last of Us Part 2, was that a PS5 only title? Maybe it was a 4.
November 340 Sierra Golf, turn left.
But I think that's when I got rid of my PS4. Anyways, I can't remember, so I didn't have the opportunity to play Part 2. And when I heard that was announced to come to PC, I was super excited, and, you know, like a lot of people. And so I had the opportunity to finally play it on Thursday night, and then, or maybe I waited till Friday. Either way, I have about 4 hours into the game, and holy cow, I'm amazed at how I've not been spoiled. I never got spoiled the big news, and I'm not going to talk about it because I don't want to spoil it to anyone else, but holy cow. So I'm interested to see what happens in Season 2 of Last of Us, which comes out Sunday at 8 p.m. Central Time. I'm super interested. I'm having a blast playing it. The graphics are really, really good. The sound effects are amazing. The voice acting is incredible. The story is super engaging. I love the physics. I love just the motion of the players. I've never played a game where the characters you're using, they look like they look more natural with movement. It doesn't seem like it's a game when they're moving. Like either the motion capture is really, really good, or the animation is really, really good. One of the two. But I'm blown away at at that ability right there.
Albuquerque Center, Southwest 354.
A lot of fun. And I'm still playing a little bit of Shadows. Played a little bit last night. Shadows is going to be, I think, very similar to what Valhalla and Odyssey were for me. Where, like, I got into it right away, but it's just so much to do. So much to do. It's such a big, huge world with just so many different quests and objectives to do. So it's going to take me a good amount of time to get through it. But it's fun. It's really, really fun. And next month we have Doom Eternal coming out. Is it called Eternal? No, not Eternal. Demon. What's it called? Doom,
Albuquerque Center,
Dark Ages.
702 through 111700.
And I'm excited for that one. But that I'm not going to end up buying. I'm going to end up getting Game Pass for that. And the only reason is because I don't really replay those games. I play it once, get through it, and that's it. So I think Game Pass will be best for me to use it for that game.
Albuquerque Center, Delta 770.
Alright, less than an hour now, setting for ETA. We're going to see, though, if we get that runway change.
Delta 770,
This is one of the things that Beyondatc said they had worked on, which is having the updated METAR.
Maintain flight level 260, Delta 770.
SkyWest 3894, contact Albuquerque Center 125.25.
Center 125.25.
Center on 125.25, SkyWest 3894.
There's Arizona.
Albuquerque Center, SkyWest 3894. Crossing flight level 306 for flight level 360.
So I was messing a little bit with TAA and DLSS.
3894, Albuquerque Center, copy.
Because in theory, DLSS would introduce more artifacts. Well, will introduce artifacts, whereas TAA would not, depending on what resolution you have it set for. Well, and maybe it's just me, and maybe it was just a sample, but like I couldn't really tell a difference between TAA at 95% or 90% versus DLSS at quality setting. You know, in terms of the airport itself, the aircraft, no differences. Now, I'm sure distance aircrafts, you know, so if we saw a plane beyond ATC out here in the distance, maybe it wouldn't have the shimmering effect that it has with DLSS. But other than that, I can't really tell any difference. So I'm gonna stick with DLSS because it seems like that's the best happy medium for my system. It doesn't seem to get as hot or as the system isn't demanding as much. Right now we're looking at 20% for my GPU, CPU, 74% for the GPU, 69 VRAM, 4% RAM, and about 93 FPS. So pretty darn good, I would say. And we're about 4,000 feet from our cruise. Kind of cruising a little bit slow, but we do have a headwind. This also is the updated Boris pack. Which Contrails, I think that's where I got it. No, I forgot. I was talking about how I couldn't remember where I bought it from. What was it? Orbex? No, I don't remember now. Contrails where I got the CRJ from. I love being to see like a little bit of haze here. It's so cool. Now I did boost up the bits here on the stream, so hopefully the quality is better. I'm not seeing any performance difference. Actually, I'm seeing performance improvement. So hopefully that helps with the quality, at least on the stream. I clipped together a video from one of my recent streams, and I don't like the quality of the video at all, so I was like, I should go back and see if I can tweak some stuff. We're cruising on up slowly. So one thing is interesting that I've recently been seeing, and that is so recently in a beta, I think it was, X-Plane has improved some stuff. So we know they've worked on the clouds, right? We know they worked on the like rain effects. We know that X-Plane 12 introduced like moving trees and all that, right? But recently they've been working on lighting and shadows, and I'm impressed. I'm very impressed with like the lighting and shadows. It's very impressive. And so someone posted in Reddit some pictures of it, and yeah, it looks incredible. It looks really, really good. The plane itself looks really, really good, and that's always been the thing. Is if you look at X-Plane, the models are really, really good typically. It's once you get into the cockpit where it's like, some planes are really good, some planes are not great at all. And I feel like with Flight Sim, with the exception of a couple developers, most in the cockpit are pretty impressive. Like the CRJ I don't think I got any improvement here. I don't know if I got any, I doubt it did. You can see it's not super rounded there like it is in real life. Like these knobs aren't too bad. But then, look up here, and you can see, like, you can see it's not nice circle, right? But Aerosoft isn't known to have the highest quality stuff. Textures in here aren't too bad, little low res.
November 728 Delta Echo, Blythe Airport landing runway 35.
I think maybe they did do some work because I remember these screws
runway 35,
being a little bit lower quality, lower res. Yeah, maybe they did do a little bit of work in the cockpit. But you can definitely tell where the low res is. You know, right, definitely right here. I'm not sure how well it turns up on the stream here, but you know, here as well. Right, this is not full circle, so yeah. Now this is an example of one of those planes that looks good if you're not like looking close up into it. But the external model looks incredible, you know, from a distance, and then when you get out close to it, there are some known defects. I don't remember where they are now because that just shows you, like right here. You see how this line is like, oh, let's get a better angle. It's kind of blurred a little bit there. It's not super crisp. But like the modeling itself is really nice. It's just the livery. It's got some low textures in it. But anyways, in that post, people were saying like, well, you know, yeah, sure, lighting looks really, really good, but then what about, you know, the ground? And sure, yeah, you can do, was it ortho? Scenery with it? Or not scenery, but yeah, I guess scenery. You can do all of that and make it better, but it's not going to look like this. This is definitely where Flight Sim shined, and it shined day one. You know, we all saw the initial trailer for Flight Sim 2020, and we're like, holy crap. And here we are, you know, 5 years later, and still there's those moments of holy crap. Which I had this weekend many a times. Especially like dawn and dusk. Holy cow. Holy cow. This will be the only day this week I'm streaming, unfortunately.
SkyWest 3172, contact Phoenix
We
approach
have
128.65.
some company coming over starting Wednesday.
Contact Phoenix approach.
And they'll be here all weekend, so
3172. See you.
no time for streaming. And I'm hoping, if all goes well, if this stream ends soon enough, I can get a video created tonight, today before I head to work. Because I'm going to be running limited on time with that as well. So now I just officially need either the PMDG or the 777 or the 737 iFly to come to 2024. Now there's a workaround someone posted in the PMDG Discord. And the workaround is interesting because it says to...
SkyWest 3894, Albuquerque Center, expect Hollywood 1, runway 24 right.
Oh, cool. Expect Hollywood 1, runway 24 right, SkyWest 3894. Alright, there's that runway change. 24 right. Fantastic. 24 right. What I was looking for, wanting. And we got it. We're almost at cruise. What was I talking about? I already forgot. Alright, almost at the cruise. We're a little slow here, but that's
SkyWest
fine.
3894, contact Albuquerque Center 128.45.
Let's go down here, go to radio, and put in our information.
Centre on 128.45, SkyWest 3894.
And 108.5.
Albuquerque Centre, SkyWest 3894, flight
And
level
let's go ahead and put in
356.
our arrival information next.
SkyWest 3894,
Hollywood
Albuquerque Center.
and Eastwood. probably still going to be our vector. Or I guess not anymore. Alright, we'll just execute that, I guess.
Southwest 239, contact Albuquerque Center 124.5.
Contact Albuquerque Center 124.5, Southwest
Stop yelling at me.
239.
Alright, whatever. Alright, we have disco here. We're gonna go direct to Eastwood. Direct to Eastwood. Execute. Alright, we should be good.
SkyWest 3894.
Where's that air not going away?
Contact Los Angeles Center 134.65.
Whatever.
Have a good morning.
Okay, cool. So we're going to
Contact
start
Los Angeles
our
Center
descent momentarily.
134.65.
42.
SkyWest
left there.
3894. Have a
Maybe
good
that's
morning.
what's going on. Performance 36.
Los Angeles Center, SkyWest 3894, flight level 357.
Okay, so here we are on approach, and we also need to do our minimum, which is
Skywest
322,
3894, Los
so
Angeles
320.
Center, Roger.
So go over here, and then we're going to zoom out a little bit. Whoop, zoom out a little bit, and 320 we're going to put here, and you can see up here it's changing.
Los Angeles Center, American 1412, flight level 270.
And there we are, 320 set, checked. So minimums are checked.
American 1412, Los
Okay.
Angeles Center radar contact.
And then we're on the Hollywood 1 arrival. So we'll go over here as well and program this bad boy. Let's go back to
American
destination.
2425, contact Albuquerque
The
Center
Hollywood 1
125.25.
arrival.
Have a
Where
good
is
one.
Hollywood? Where we at? Sid. Oh no, we need star.
Contact Albuquerque Center
Hollywood 1.
125.25. American
Approach
2425.
24 right. And airport. We want, let's see here, where are we at? Information. And we go to pins. Alright, here's our approach. Eastwood's where we just passed, I believe. So we're on our way here. 32, 24, so somewhere around, probably around Hollywood, but we'll probably want to start our descent. Okay. And it's an RNAV arrival. 824 right. What did I put in? What was I expecting? 24 right or left? Welcome in, Sean. 24 right. Oh, I grabbed the wrong chart, that's why. Alright, let's go back. To approach RNAV ILS 24 right. Here we go. I was like, I know I had an ILS. And then here's our ILS approach. So I think we're coming in from here. Okay, we already have our radio in. And then here's our charts. 24 right. It's gonna be up here. Probably exit. We might be able to get Victor. And then probably Victor Delta. And then come in. We'll probably just taxi ourselves because it's a pretty complex airport. I also think this, well, I don't know if this airport's, I don't have the updated version. I forgot to grab it. So I don't remember for sure, but I think there might be some issues with this airport too. Like in O'Hare, not as big, not even close. Do we have a top of descent in here or no? Yeah, top of descent right there. Okay, so it's gonna be, yeah, about where I was saying. Before Hollywood. It's raining there? Okay, and, oh, I forgot to get nav. Get back on track here now. So I forget that if you do mess with anything down here, it does throw you off course. Or sorry, it disables nav. So you know, like in the Airbus, when you in the 319, 320, if you change your approach, it tells you to go to heading first. Well, this plane just doesn't tell you that; it just turns off navigation.
Los Angeles Center, American 1808, climbing
I
the
find it
Iraq
interesting.
Retreat,
I really find it interesting that the
11,400.
CRJ is a plane that's used for regionals Not that part itself, but that it's used for like newer pilots. Because it's a very hands-on aircraft. It is super hands-on. You know, one, it doesn't have the auto throttle. Two, that autopilot thing is kind of weird. There's just a lot more involved with this aircraft. There's no auto trim, right? It's just there's a lot to go with this aircraft. And then once you go to an actual, you know, big carrier, so Delta, American, whatever it be, all of a sudden you're flying planes that pretty much fly themselves. You know, you program them. So it's wild to think that you, as a new pilot, this is what you fly, the most complex plane. You know, smallest complex plane out there. Now the E-Jet, different story. The E-Jet is a simple plane. E-Jet is very simple. E-Jet's very Airbus-like. Which, hopefully, we'll get E-Jet coming to 2024 soon. They said at FS Weekend that maybe, possibly, we'll see something at the Flight Sim Expo in June. Which is, what, 3 weeks, or 3 months away? Just under 3 months away? Do we have a disco? I think we have a disco, yeah, because there's our... I think we have a disco up here. Let me zoom out real quick. Yeah, so there's a disco to get the vectors in. So if we look back at our chart here, right here will be disconnected to the arrival. And if you look at the arrival, here's our disco. So between here and here, there's a disconnect. So we have to get that at some point figured out. They'll tell us, though, expect the ILS, expect the vectors, blah, blah, blah. Well, getting some stutters here. Or is that just frame gen being stupid? I think that's frame gen being stupid. 1 second, let me see if I fix it. Turn it off. Go back. Turn it back on. And still being stupid. There we go. All fixed. I think I need to downgrade my drivers. I watched a video on Gamers Nexus yesterday, and it was talking about the latest drivers for the NVIDIA cards potentially causing issues for the 40 series and 50 series, and some people even said the 30 series. So you get black screens, you get frame gen issues, you get games crashing, etc. And there are some devs who actually said to roll back your drivers to older drivers. And I've been considering doing that. Honestly, the only reason why I upgraded to the latest driver is because I sometimes get these audio cracks, and I haven't quite figured out where that was coming from. I thought it was from the drivers because there was a audio fix with that as well, the HD driver.
Los Angeles Center,
but it's still happening, so I might roll back to an older version. 566 something.
Southwest 209er.
That's what it is, 563. I don't remember. I gotta save. Might
Might
roll back to that.
Climb maintain flight level 190.
Because I experienced this frame gen issue yesterday when I was playing Shadows. Okay, so we can do, let's go 12,000 on the altitude. Because we'll get descend via shortly. There's 12. Beautiful. And it does seem like I'm quite shocked about this. very much shocked about this, but
Climb and maintain flight level 290, American 1808.
the Beyondatc poll they ran recently, the winner was GSX by a landslide, 42%. Second place was CPDLC. That's
Contact
crazy.
Los Angeles Center 128.15, SkyWest 3894.
So I tried some
Los Angeles Center,
GSX
SkyWest 3894, flight
last
level
week.
360.
I said I was going to, and I did. So I installed it, tried it, did a couple flights, and it all worked out fine. No crashes, 0 crashes. There were a couple funky things, but overall no crashes. It was pretty stable. With that said, I have since removed it. I removed it officially yesterday. One was because I don't take advantage of most of the features. I don't care about most of the features in it. I thought I did when I first bought it. I was like, wow, you know, it'd be cool to see passengers walking down the terminal. It'd be cool to hear the sounds. It'd be cool to have the tug connected and all the luggage going on. It'd be really, really cool. And it is cool. It is really, really cool. But with that said, let's bring down our throttle a little bit because we are starting to creep up there with speed. With that said, if you've been on my streams, you know that I like to kind of just get moving.
United 1395, Los Angeles Center. Expect Hollywood 1, runway 25 left.
And so you can use GSX and you could be on the ground for 10 minutes, loading all this, loading all that. Whereas for me, I'd rather just hit the cup buttons and get going flying.
November 323.
So like I understand the concept, I understand why people would love it and use those features because they are really, really cool. For someone like me, it's not really beneficial. And since SimUpdate beta, SimUpdate 2 beta fixed the UI issue, the pushback helper thing I use, pushback toolbar I use has been fixed. And that was one of the reasons that kind of forced me to want to try it. GSX.
Descend via Hollywood 1 arrival. Los Angeles Airport landing runway 25 left.
So
Altimeter 3010.
it's cool. It's really, really neat. And just like I thought from the get-go, when I first tried it, I was like, wow, that's really, really cool. Before I got rid of it because of CTDs. Now I got rid of it because I just don't use it. So it'll be interesting to see what kind of integration Beyondatc does with it. It'll be very interesting to see. So I assume when you say request pushback engine start, maybe it would connect the tug then? Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know. I was really hoping for CPDLC. Because the Phoenix has it, 350 has it, 306 has it, 777 I think has it. You know, so I think CPDLC could be very, very, very beneficial. But I get it. I get it. GSX is loved by many.
SkyWest 3894. Descend via Hollywood.
All right, there's our descent.
Los Angeles Airport landing runway 24 right. Altimeter 3010.
So the top of the descent is right up here. We're going to wait just a little bit longer then.
Descend via Hollywood 1 arrival, Los Angeles Airport landing runway 24 right, altimeter 3010, SkyWest 3894.
Okay. So descent is going to be starting momentarily. ETA currently is 15:05, so about a half hour. One thing, it'd be cool if a pilot site gave you the distance from the airport. I know I could look here probably in our flight computer. I don't know where it is in this aircraft though. LAX, 132 nautical miles. So it's saying 17 minutes at our current speed. Unable. Unable. So at Monroe, we'll start our descent. Oh yeah, so move my heading over. Lined up, beautiful, grand. Good flight. Good flight. Man, like I said, I did a bunch of flights over the past couple days, all in the CRJ. A lot of fun. It's really funny how here's a plane which had some minor fixes to it, all of a sudden got you really excited about flying it. And the only reason why I stopped flying the CRJ is because the 737 came out, and I jumped over that, and then flew that for the longest time until the iFly came out, honestly. Then I switched over to that. Oh, wait. No, I don't think that's right. No, I think that's when I got into the Phoenix. Yeah, I jumped over the Phoenix, flew the heck out of that. Then the iFly came out, and I flew the heck out of that. And then Flight Sim 2024 came out, and then back to the Phoenix. And flew the heck out of the Phoenix for whatever be 3 months. Oh wow, Jackbox has a Game Direct now. Everyone has a Game Direct, that's crazy. What kind of world are we living in?
Friendly 801, turn right, heading 115, climb maintain.
So I talked about
16,000, altimeter
playing Last of Us Part 2. I rewatched Season 1 of Last of Us this week, and I didn't think I was going to finish it all. I did skip one episode. I did not expect to get through all of it, though. Alright, we can start our top of descent. So we're going to go to VS. Drop it down to about 15. Bring back the throttle. Okay, so we want to be at 12,000 right around here. So we're going to bring our VS a little bit more down.
Los Angeles Center, SkyWest 4115.
Bring back the throttle.
Level 259er.
Bring that VS down a little bit more. There we are. We have the arch here now. Yeah, that should be pretty good. So, as we continue our descent here, we need to be very cautious and we watch the speed, because as you decrease altitude, you will start to increase your airspeed as the air doesn't get as thick higher up. So we're going to keep a really tight eye on that, because that speed's going to slowly start to creep on up. So that's why I'm not going too far right now, because we have this arch. That should eventually get closer to this last waypoint. You know, I'm actually just going to connect that disco now actually too, because we'll be going direct there. I'll get rid of the altitude thing too.
United 1395, contact Los Angeles Center.
Alright, so we're going to keep a tight eye on that as we continue our descent. We can see our stars looking pretty good. We're a little bit high, but nothing terrible. Estimated arrival 1505. So we're going to be between 24 and 30 at this next waypoint. It looks like we're going to be just about there. maybe a couple feet above. Just a hair, though. Three nautical miles out, 1,000 feet above. Oh, no, I think we're gonna make it. We're gonna make it. I think so. I'm feeling confident. 1.4. 4. Come on. 3. Oh, went away. We almost had it, yeah. So we're a couple feet above where we're supposed to be. That's all right, though. I'm gonna bring our speed to 270. So keep an eye on that. And you can see now we're slowly starting to increase a little bit. So we're gonna go ahead and bring that throttle back a little bit.
Friendly 801, Los Angeles Center, expect Vista Tree, runway.
Now it'll be interesting to see what our FPS is in LAX.
Runway 25 left, friendly 801.
I need to make a note to update the airport too. I'm normally really good about updates, but sometimes I just forget.
Contact Los Angeles Center 2635.
Contact Los Angeles Center 2635, SkyWest 3894.
It was LAX that updated, right?
Good morning, Los Angeles Center, SkyWest
let me see.
3894. Descending via Hollywood 1, flight level 282.
SkyWest 3894, Los Angeles Center.
I thought it was LAX. Now maybe it wasn't. I thought I saw it like on one of these. Yeah, there it is. Yeah. Enhanced has been updated. Okay, yeah. Oh, it's a B? Oh, I didn't know that. That's why I probably didn't see the update. Oh, I didn't know there was a fee, so it... Okay. It's a €5 fee to upgrade. Beyond ATC. Beyond ATC. I can't use the intentions. I've been banned from life. Well, I don't know for life, but I've been deactivated. Alright, looking good. We'll bring that speed again. See how that speed increased? And bring back that throttle even more. And now we're sitting pretty good now because Diamond's pretty darn spot on. At what is? Let's see here. Hold on. Let's go previous page. Day we're gonna be at 17. We're gonna be off that, but I think we're fine. Okay, and then at Mercy, we want to be at 4,000. So let's go ahead and just put in 4,000. And yeah, see, we're like spot on for this descent profile right now. Spot on. I kind of felt we would be alright. What's your opinion on Beyond ATC? Do you have any performance issues? No performance issues per se. Obviously, it's going to be a FPS hit, and that's not at Beyond ATC. That's just traffic. You know, FS HUD has it. If you throw on multiplayer traffic, if you throw on live traffic with Flight Sim, it all you know, it's just traffic in general. But it's not Beyond ATC that's causing the traffic issue. It's or the FPS drop. It's just having more planes. So like when SI hits traffic, it's going to be the same issue. You know, it's going to be the same thing. They're not changing the world the way it works because, you know, the models have to be there. There's nothing magical they can do to fix that. There's no fix to it, you know. It's Microsoft's end where they have to find a way to do better optimization, take advantage of the cores more with the system. If Microsoft can get it fixed, then everyone would be happy. You know, funny enough, I'd done this approach. This was like months and months ago, but I had done this approach with Beyondatc, and I had an issue, and it was so random of an issue, but it was it's lost me, kind of thing. Like it just lost communication with me, and so I reported it in the Discord for Beyondatc. And Captain reached out right away, and he's like, "Hey, what happened?" You know, and I told him, and he had asked if I stopped. You know, what was the progress? And I was like, I just, you know, I'd landed the plane. He's like, "Oh man, I've been trying to figure out what this error is for the longest time." And I was like, "Well, let me redo the flight and see if I can have it happen again." And of course not. It worked out just fine the next flight. But eventually he found what the error was and get that all patched up. I thought that was really cool. Alright, looking good. Zoom in again. Now, realistically, after our next point here, Beyondatc should vector us over where we need to go, because our path ends. Although I guess we'd be following that course. No, we'd be going this way. Because after, let's see, what's it say up here? Well, I guess I can look here. Charts. So it says...
SkyWest 3894.
Oh, there we go.
Leave Ciavu heading 260. Expect radar vectors for visual approach runway 24 right.
Okay, never mind.
Leave Ciavu heading 260. Expect radar vectors for visual approach
So yeah,
runway 24 right.
I just put in
SkyWest
260, and that's the
94.
vector. That's a damn good vector. Right on it. So I'm just gonna keep.
3894. Turn right heading 260. Vectors for the approach.
I'm just gonna keep the nav on.
Turn right.
All right, let's bring back that throttle now, because now we are going crazy fast. I'm gonna get down to. Actually, I think we're over speeding, right? 280, 270. Yeah, slight overspeed.
Los Angeles Center, Frontier Flight 1325.
But it's coming down nice and easily.
259er.
Okay, so let's go ahead and connect to our next one. You can see here, so 270. We have a plane right in front of us, right above us too, I guess. Here we are on the charts.
SkyWest 3894. Contact SoCal approach 124.5. Have a good one.
All right, speed's coming on down.
Contact SoCal approach, SkyWest 3894. Have a good morning.
Have a good morning.
SoCal approach.
All right, altimeter is expected 3010. We're at 311 now, so I'm gonna go ahead and put in 310. Go make that small. 310.
Altimeter tree 010. Expect the visual approach runway 24
Expecting
right.
the visual. All right, let's see how we're looking now. So our VRAM 75, RAM is 46, and so everything's about the same. GPU up to, well, yeah, everything's about the same. Nothing changed. Low 90s FPS.
Descend and maintain 5,600.
5,600.
Descend and maintain 5,600. SkyWest 3894.
And we're gonna be about 20 minutes ahead of schedule from the initial ETA, but right on schedule for our ETA. I did try to get my yoke cam working. I don't know what happened. It broke again, so I need to just reconnect it somewhere. I have it connected to the back of my monitor right now, the USB. It does not play nicely. Alright, we'll dial our speed back to 210. But we'll let it kind of slowly drop down. Let's bring up our VS a little bit. Alright, getting ready to pass 10,000, so landing lights and taxi lights need to come on board. I'm going to wait until we get about 500. We're under 250 for the speed, so that's great. And let's go ahead and get our lights on. Airport is somewhere up yonder. Is right here, I think. Got a plane behind us, 2 planes in front of us. Can't see it because of the LOD thing they changed with Flight Sim 2024. Bring that VS a little bit more so we can maintain the 4,000 at Mercy. And again, exit to the left. There's some of the FPS. Not terrible, that just a little stutter as I was loading in from panning. I'm still impressed though. And it's because of this plane. And CRJ is just so optimized. So well optimized in Flight Sim. And I think that was like my biggest gripe with the Phoenix. Coming from like the PMDG, coming from the CRJ. The optimization was just so much better with the CRJ and the PMDG. Phoenix has made tremendous improvements. They still have a little bit of work, but it's substantially better than what it used to be. The FPS difference now is maybe 5 difference. You know, maybe 5 to 8 difference. But it's not a huge difference. Especially when you have a higher end system. Typically it's something else that's bottlenecking you now. Alright, we're going to give it a little bit of throttle now so we don't get too slow. You don't want to give it too much either. Alright, that should work out pretty good. Alright, then we're also going to go over here and we're going to go to performance and set the V speeds 188, 144. And I feel confident enough we can go to the charts now for the airport. And again, Whiskey or Victor for the landing. There's the airport. We have it in sight now. And we can probably go localizer momentarily. Loading going on. It does surprise me sometimes. I don't know why, how big LA is. It is massive. It is so massive of a place. Okay, at Mercy. About 15 nautical miles out. So, approach. And localizer has been captured. A glide slope will be next. Alright, now we're going to watch that speed because it's going to start to drop back as we make our approach. Be gentle, not too much. And we should get handed off to tower momentarily. Unless it lost us again. That'd be funny. I was just talking about it. I haven't heard any calls. It's been really quiet. .
3894.
Of course, you say that.
Airport is at your 12 o'clock 15 miles. Report the field in sight.
We have that beautiful field in sight, SkyWest 3894.
SkyWest 3894, cleared visual approach runway 24 right.
Whoops.
Cleared
Forgot.
visual approach
I
24
forgot.
right, SkyWest
It's on auto.
3894.
Alright, we are cleared for the approach. Bring back the throttles.
SkyWest 3894, contact Los Angeles Tower 133.9.
Alright, let's go and bring that throttle a little bit more back. 180 on the speed.
Contact tower 133.9,
Or 184,
SkyWest
something like that.
3894.
First notch of flaps are
Los
coming
Angeles
out.
Tower, SkyWest 3894, visual runway 24 right.
Should bring accurate speed a little bit more.
SkyWest 3894, Los Angeles Tower, wind 0905 at tree, runway 24, right cleared to land.
Alright, we got our clearance
Runway
to
24
land.
right cleared to land, SkyWest 3894.
It's just not cooperating with me today. Alright. Speed back some more. Gear coming down. Bring out the gear a little bit sooner in this aircraft versus others. And let's go down to 144. Flaps coming out next notch. And we have to arm our reversers. And flaps are coming down 20. 25. Bring up that throttle a little bit so we don't drop out of the sky.
560, contact SoCal departure, see you.
Contact SoCal departure, Southwest 560.
And full flaps out.
Take care.
Bring up that throttle a little bit more. Alright, AP off my aircraft. Winds are tailwind. Interesting. 1,000 call. And I'm going to bring up the trim just a little bit. I'd rather come in a little bit higher than a lower on this approach. Speed's looking really good. Again, there's no auto throttle, so you're handling the speed all the way in for landing. We're a little bit high on the approach. Nothing terrible. Keep an eye on that speed. Now we're right on the glide slope. Minor adjustments, not too much with the yoke. And a little low on the approach. Gonna bring up the trim. Bring up the throttle a little bit. We're landing. Looking good. Holding the flare when it comes in. Throttle's back. Holding back. Pulling back. Let it settle. There's touchdown. Let the nose come down gently. And reversers are coming out.
123. Ready for departure. Runway 24 left.
SkyWest 41,
And looks like we're gonna make Victor. Reversers are stowed.
Runway 24 left.
Flaps coming up. And welcome to LAX.
270. Runway 24 left. Cleared for takeoff. SkyWest 4123.
Alright, let's go up
SkyWest
here.
3894. Exit left at Bravo Bravo.
Landing lights are off.
Exit left at Bravo Bravo, SkyWest 3894.
Bravo, Bravo. Where the hell's that?
SkyWest 3894. Contact
Alright, we're gonna
ground
hold here.
121.65. Have a good morning.
Ground 121.65, SkyWest 3894.
Los Angeles ground, SkyWest 3894, holding short 24 left, ready to taxi to ramp 254.
SkyWest 3894, welcome to Los Angeles Airport. Ramp 254 taxi via Alpha Alpha. Hold short runway 24 left.
Alright, holding short 24 left.
Ramp 254.
Alright, we're just gonna taxi over here. We're not gonna go all the way where we're supposed to go. I don't even know where the ramp is.
3894, cross runway 24 left at Alpha Alpha. Continue taxi via Alpha Alpha. Bravo.
And I'll look into that
Charlie
Any Builds.
4, Charlie.
Welcome in, Manny. Greased it. That was pretty good. I felt comfortable in that one.
Left at Alpha Alpha. Continue taxi
I'll look into the
via
Any Builds at
Alpha
$5.
Alpha,
I don't know if I
Bravo.
want to give them
Charlie
$5.
4, Charlie.
LAX is just such a
SkyWest
demanding airport.
3894.
I think this is Any Builds. Maybe I had the default. Nah, it's Any Builds. Again, we're just gonna park over here. I know this is not where we're supposed to go, but this is where we're going. It's gonna be our gate today. There's a United taking off. Well, everyone, thanks for coming on into today's stream. A lot of fun. This is an incredible aircraft. The V2, really cool update to the CRJ. I have not had a single issue with it. I know some people have issues with like the ILS interception, but I've not had an issue with it, honestly. It's been really, really good. Most of the problems that I've seen are my issues, pilot errors, which is to be expected. But it's been a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Again, I know this is not where we're supposed to go, but this is where we're going to park. This is where we're going to park.
2817, gate 11 Alpha, request pushback and engine start.
8416. Wonder how they get here. By a bus? Alright, we're here. We're going to go to aircraft, and we're going to connect that, and this one, and this one. And once you have that all good,
Pushback approved,
you
face
can
north,
then,
Southwest
it's going to be available.
2817.
That's all good there, yep. And then we're going to go on down here, and we're going to remove the fuel. Cut it off. Grand, beautiful. You'll see avionics turn off. Oh, no, not going to because I switched over. And let's see what we got from a pilot's life. So I'm going to kill out. Actually, before I kill out Beyondatc, I'm going to check real quick. So, someone was asking, Garrett was asking about performance. So, I'm at 7271 with 81 VRAM, 64 GPU. So now I'm killing out Beyondatc. Beyondatc is killed. And we're at 78, 76, 75, 80, 88, 86. So we're about, the FPS is probably about 5 FPS more. VRAM is exactly the same, 83 pretty much. And GPU is the same. So pretty much everything's the same. FPS went up, obviously, because there's no other planes anywhere. I don't have any traffic or anything like that on, so it's, FPS is improved, but it's obviously the planes that do that, that cause most of that issue there. And let's go ahead and submit the flight. And we got a what? We got a, drum roll please, 100%. Nice, I'll take it. That's the 3 in a row. I think I'm learning the CRJ. I think I'm finally getting there. Landing was an 89. Wow, I'll take it. Yeah, I kind of felt that it felt really, really good. It did feel really, really good. Fantastic. Well, again, as always, thanks everyone for coming in today's stream. This CRJ is a lot of fun. A lot of fun. And next week will be the next stream. Probably Monday next week. Monday or Tuesday next week. Hey Manning, thanks for that. Thanks for joining the Lex co-pilot. What is that? I gotta mess with Stream Deck a little bit. But Manny, thank you for that. We'll see everyone for the next stream, which will probably be like again Monday or Tuesday next week, and hopefully I'll have some fun stories to tell you about Critical Role that will be happening here in the Chicago area on Thursday. I'm super excited to go to that. I'm not a big D&D person, my wife is, but we're gonna have a lot of fun going with some friends and stuff. So I'll report back with some of that, and we'll see you next time. As always, take care.